Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 5th, and Moses is smelling my sushi surprise. So Polly came home last night with sushi for me for lunch for today. How sweet is that? Like, that's a fabulous anniversary present. He got me that. He got me flowers. Really sweet. We did have some of the sushi as appetizers last night, and then the pasta that I made. Mosey, it's sushi. You don't need sushi. No, you don't need it. And mommy really enjoys it. So that's a specialty roll with spicy salmon and panko on top and a couple pieces of spicy tuna left. Oh, so good. So I'm gonna get into that. I've had kind of a slow start this morning, in part because I've been off since last year. So funny to say that. I love saying that at the beginning of the year. So I have a lot of emails to get through, and I'm working right there. I have a lot of emails to get through. I have some things to catch up on, and it's going to be kind of a long day, I have a feeling, today. It's really chilly. I posted a photo this morning on Instagram. It was 6 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah, winter's here, single digits. We really enjoyed the warmth that we had for as long as we did. So I'm not going to complain because it could have been worse, much longer. But, you know, I have to dress appropriately. Paulie has his hand warmers with him this morning. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I definitely have to space out my walking today because I did terribly yesterday, did not reach my goal. And I'm okay with it because there will be occasional days like that. But I want it to become such a habit that I'm not struggling at the end of the day. Like, I probably could have pushed myself and met the goal last night, and I probably should have, but my heart wasn't in it, and I need to feel it from the inside out. Like, I have to have the conviction. So I'm trying to teach myself to have the conviction. So tonight's dinner, I think, is going to be the beef stir fry that I made a couple of weeks ago. I have stir-fry veggies in the freezer downstairs. I also have baby corn and water chestnuts, which we picked up at the grocery shop. You know what? Let me know. Would you like to see my menu plan for the week? I used to do that, but I don't, to be honest, I kind of fell out of, schedule, and I still have to put my new calendar into my wallet Filofax, so I have some things that I need to get done. Moses, stop poking me. You're not eating any of this. I might give you a piece of orange later. We have Caras in the house, so... And he knows that because he walks over to the fruit basket and he just stares at it. It's very funny. At night, before Polly goes up to bed, Moses looks at him and touches him with his paw. Like, are you going to get an orange before you go upstairs? Because I really want an orange treat. We just have to be careful how much orange he gets on a daily basis because it's easy for him to eat too much of it. But again, we are the ones who are feeding it to him. It's not like he has opposable thumbs and he can peel his own orange. So I just remind Polly, give him a little piece so he feels it's a treat, but don't, not to a point where there's just too much acidity in his tummy. Because, oranges are not a natural dog food. He just happens to have an affinity to fruits and vegetables. So, yeah, so that's what's going on for right now, and I have a couple of household projects that I would like to get done this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to share in advance because some of them are kind of a big deal for me, and I don't want to pigeonhole myself into having to do them, but they're kind of penciled in on my schedule. So we'll see how far along I get because I really would like to. And this morning when I came downstairs last night, I fluff all the pillows on the couch, all the cushions, fold all the blankets. I came downstairs this morning, and the first thing Moses did is jumped up on the couch and flattened all the pillows. So it only lasted while everybody was sleeping, and nobody saw it but you guys. So I don't know why I keep doing that every night, but it makes me feel better. Alright, I'll try and check in with you guys throughout the day. If at the very minimum, I'll bring you back when it's time for me to make dinner. But now I'm going to enjoy my sushi. So I'm getting ready to make dinner. I've already cut up the steak into bite-sized pieces. I know it looks like more than just for 2 people, but we've got 3 dogs, so they, whenever there's animal protein involved, they pretty much know it, so we share it with them. In this bowl I have about a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and to it I added probably less than a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, the sriracha seasoning. I think I'm going to add a little more. It's a grinder, so it's a little bit of a pain in the tushy. And I'm going to mix that up, and I'm going to do a dry dredge. Say that 3 times fast. With my chopsticks, my cooking chopsticks, and then all the extra will be knocked off, and the meat will be seared. So let me show you what it looks like once it's covered to my liking. There it is, all mixed up. Each piece has cornstarch on it, and there's not too much. And I have the wok warming up with some grapeseed oil because it's flavor neutral. Use a neutral oil, definitely not sesame oil. That is very particular, and you only finish off with that. I have the heat on high, so while that's doing that thing, I'm going to rinse this out because I'm going to put the cooked meat in that bowl because I'm going to do vegetables separately and then introduce everything back once I create the sauce in the wok. And it's on high, so don't walk away. It's getting that yummy crispy edges. I have my bowl washed and ready to transfer that. I already have my rice made. I made jasmine rice, so that's all ready to go. So really the only thing I have to do is do the veggies, and they're a Asian stir-fried blend from the freezer. Easy peasy, and I'm just gonna make the sauce and combine everything. Definitely have your fan on. I've lowered the heat, added the frozen veggies. I'm going to doctor them up by adding more water chestnuts and cut baby corn, and then I will make the sauce. And this happens pretty quickly, maybe 3 minutes, and then I'll show you what I use for the sauce. I added half a can of the corn. I'm going to save that for probably fried rice later in the week, and half a can of the sliced water chestnuts. I just don't want to overwhelm any one vegetable. And they're done, so I'm going to make the sauce now. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 2 tablespoons of organic soy, about maybe 1.5 teaspoons of fish sauce, a little dash of honey, and a little of the chili garlic paste. And then I will taste it, see how it is, and then I'll introduce the meat back into the veggies. And there it is, all done. So I don't like a lot of sauce, so there's not a lot of sitting at the bottom. Let me just move the sticks so you can see. It's supposed to dress the veggies and the meat, not drown them. So that's exactly what it's doing. It's just enough for it to seep into the rice. I'm going to serve it over the jasmine rice, and I'll probably just chop up some fresh scallions to finish it off, and sesame seeds. Could not be any easier. It's under 10 minutes, including me videotaping it. So I am going to lid this because it is turned off. I am going to lid this because Polly should be home shortly, and I don't want to have to warm it up. I just want it to be warm enough to eat. I will warm up the rice. That could be the steaming bowl of rice with that on top. So yeah, and there's gonna be more than 2 meals out of this. I'm sure there'll be lunch for me, maybe even lunch for Polly to take to work. Definitely going to share some of the meat with the dogs, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all served up. So as I'm cleaning up, I just want to show you, never leave your leftovers in containers, like in metal containers. Just stash them away in something plastic or glass, and recycle. For those of you who don't enjoy plain rice, there's ways to flavor it up. You know that random container of takeout white rice you end up getting, or brown rice, whatever it happens to be? You can flavor it up either with some of the sriracha seasoning, some of the furikake, and this is the shrimp? Yeah, Ibi Fumi furikake, which has seaweed, and yes, there's a packet in there to keep it dry. Don't eat that part. You can also make your own furikake by cutting up some seasoned seaweed, a splash of rice wine vinegar, something spicy, maybe even a pile of kimchi. So delicious. So you never need to throw out a container of rice. The other thing that we often use rice for is if a dog has an upset tummy, get plain rice with a little bit of chicken broth on top. So it smells enticing for them, like, oh, there's animal protein in it, but there isn't. And that really settles their tummies. So yeah, now I'm just waiting for Polly to get home and I will serve up. I might have some of mine with a little sprinkling of this, or maybe sriracha and a splash of rice wine vinegar. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm in the mood for yet. So there's dinner. And look at my little visitors. Yeah, most like whatever. So there it is, all served up. Little green onion, black and white sesames. Polly's taking a shower after work. And we're gonna have dinner. And that's gonna be it for today because, yeah, then I have to walk after dinner. And then I'm gonna go shower and off to bed. I'm trying to get my 8 hours of sleep in. So there you go, easy peasy beef stir fry.